hopefully you're having an incredible day today. You know, after this past weekend of football, I would think that you're probably still on cloud nine like a lot of people are. My name is Alex Light with Sparky3. Joining with me, as always, I got both the boys here with me. I got Shane and Tyler. Shane, how you doing? How you feeling?
Pretty good, but this mic is still loose, and it irritates the shit out of me.
Zach, I hope you listen to that, and I hope you know that you have a fucking problem and it needs to be addressed. Tyler, how you feeling, bud?
Well, I'm here. That's all that matters.
Our local Buffalo Bills fan. We're gonna chat about it here today. There's that game was absolutely insane. It was absolutely insane. We got to absolutely chat about it. Yeah. Lots to chat about from this divisional weekend, and even some of the news that popped out literally just today, and even yesterday. Lots of stuff to chat about here today. Then, of course, we're looking ahead to the conference championships, down to the Final Four, leading up to the Super Bowl. It's gonna be a good time there. If you could go follow us on Twitter @TerribleFB Show, we definitely appreciate that. As well as go check out the other shows like Gamesthetic, AniMan Plus, and talking about movies and stuff. And lastly, if you want sports for the Patreon is a great way to do so. But hey, we're up to something, and it's launching like Monday. I think it's launching Monday. So keep an eye out for the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Sparky3. I will be putting out a video for what we are launching. Super cool, super exciting. I'm very, very pumped for it.
Is it a rocket?
Could be.
Could be.
Could be. It's a rocket for us. Straight to the moon.
Terrible football show in space.
Yep, that's right. It's going to be super cool. Super cool. Stay tuned for that. So, boys, before we actually really start to jump into stuff, anything on your minds that you want to chat about first?
I was talking to you about the little bit of Arkansas drama earlier.
That is true.
But
lots of drama.
I don't know how much I really want to talk about that because right now it's all kind of speculation. So, you know.
Right.
As soon as something like
Sam didn't get him a girl on a motorcycle, did he?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just had to make sure I wasn't.
No.
I had to make sure I wasn't missing nothing.
Yeah, no, Sam's good. He's chilling.
Yeah, he's chilling. He's vibing. He's not doing that.
He's not Ed Orgeron in it up there.
No. There is rumors that our new D-line coach is going to be Ed Orgeron, but we'll see. I hope not, but, you know.
That would be very interesting.
I mean, I think in general, like as far as like him coaching the D-line and doing that will be good. He's a good recruiter.
Yep.
But I just think the type of person he is as far as like ego-wise, I just don't think it'll mesh with our team right now. But, you know.
It happens.
I got you. Guys, do we even want to go over the previous week predictions and spreads? Or do we just want to move on?
I mean, it is a terrible football show. People got to know how terrible
All
they
right,
are.
that's... Goddamn this branding. Okay. All right. I went 1-3 in NFL. Shane, you also went 1-3. Me and you both are now 5-5 in the playoffs. Tyler, you went 2-2, bringing you to a 7-3 in the playoffs. This is the worst I've ever done in the playoffs. I'm ashamed.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely ashamed.
Like I was like I was speaking on earlier. From here on out, anybody that I think or that I quote unquote know is going to win, I'm just going to do the opposite.
Yeah. It
Kind of
worked out last week for me. I would have went 0-4.
Yeah, so I'm going to do the opposite.
Kind of like there was a good stretch there through the season where I could not pick a Chicago Bears game right. So there for a few weeks back to back, whatever I picked for that game, Tyler would pick the opposite and would win. Because I just couldn't pick the Bears games right. Whether if it's, I think the Bears can win, I think the Bears are going to lose. Didn't matter. I'd always get the fucking pick wrong. So, well, looking at the spreads, not too hot there. Tyler?
Man, I thought I did better than I did.
You went 1-7.
Hey,
you know
what's the one though?
It was the over-under for...
the Chiefs game, right?
No, it was over-under for Rams and Bucs. Yep.
What the fuck? What was the score for that game? Oh, it was like 30. It was 57.
Yeah, it was 57.
Okay. That makes sense.
But like the couple other picks that you got wrong was just because it was like literally barely off. Like you picked San Fran to win, so you went with the plus, but they only won by 3, and the spread was 3.5. And then same thing with like that spread was like 5.5, I think. But there was another one that was 3.5. It was Cincy, I think.
Cincy,
yeah, and they that one was I think 3.5, and they only won by 3. So you got cucked in those. Like you got the right. So like in an actual betting situation, if you would have just taken the money line, you'd be good. Yeah, because you would have got just the pick right, and you would have won that way, just taking money line. Yeah. So, yeah, it was rough.
Which speaking of money line, you see the dude hit on all 4 games?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I seen that.
He hit
like a $50 bet.
Yeah, it was a $50 bet, and he walked away with like 100 and something K.
Right.
Nice.
Well, Tyler, your overall for the NFL right now is 23-31 for spreads. Shane, you went 2-6 in the NFL, bringing you to a 28-34. I went 3-5, bringing you to a 30-32. I promise to God, I'm going to fucking get better at this.
It's disappointment.
It is. At least. It is. Well, see, here's another thing we have to keep in mind. To let ourselves feel a little bit better, right? Is that, like, in an actual betting world, like, for this spreads segment we've been keeping it hard for spreads and over-under. Like, there's a lot of games where, like, I may not even take the spread or over-under. I'd be like, just give me the money line because I just think this team's going to win. And we'd probably be doing a lot better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we went with money line situations. But just for the fun of it for the show, since we're not actually betting, obviously we can't yet, just doing the spreads, just doing the over-unders is what we've been doing. But, if we would have thrown money line in there, which technically we kind of do just by picking the games, then it might be a different scenario. So we'll get it together, though. The betting could start coming in March.
Yeah, so I did see, like, in January, like, as soon as it passed, that it said as early as February, but now I'm seeing as early as March. So
right. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. We'll go ahead and do we want to go ahead and knock out a couple small college topics first, or do we want to hop?
Yeah, since mostly this is
we're in big pro time.
Let me bring up high school real quick. So, brother-in-law accepted a job to go back to Little Rock Christian as defense coordinator.
Nice.
So
shout out.
Yep.
Shout out.
I guess wrestling coach too, because
right.
I mean, he's dominating down there at Arkadelphia. So
right.
I see a lot of people at Little Rock Christian going to my job all the time.
Nice.
They're pretty solid.
Pretty solid. Yep.
Yeah, their coach. He coached Kerryon Johnson in Alabama.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he knows a little thing about talent.
Yeah.
All right, so hopping into a couple quick college topics. First, another Hawaii update. It might be one of the last ones that we have, unless something else wild comes out of it. But June Jones obviously was interviewed, and he did decline the job, and the reason why is because he was given a 2-year contract without the option to hire his own staff, which he openly said this in an interview. It's just like, what coach in their right mind would even accept that? Especially it's like, how are you supposed to recruit when you're telling these kids, I only have a 2-year contract, So how are you supposed to recruit? But then the AD turned around, something Matlin. I think it's Mike Matlin. I could be wrong. I know it's Matlin. Then he turned around and hired Timmy Chang, former Hawaii quarterback. No word on what his contract is. But, man, I just think this was him even interviewing June Jones was just like big pandering is all it is. That contract to me tells me that he never wanted to hire June. He was just trying to pander to the fans.
It was nothing serious. It was definitely trying to get the fans talking like, oh, we can get him back.
Yeah.
But with that contract, that's pretty much a middle finger. Like, yeah, we didn't want you anyways.
And now, like, just like we've already kind of talked about, where like the state was wanting to get involved. Now the state's wanting to get involved again and throughout an investigation because they just view it as like a giant charade that was thrown up. Which at this point, like, I agree with everything that they've attempted to do already because it was looking out for the betterment of the kids. But in this situation, what can you really do? You know what I mean? Like, what can you do if it was just a charade? I mean, he offered him a contract. It was obviously a shitty one that he would never accept. But, like, what can you do? You know what I mean? So I feel like it's a waste of their time because I feel like Timmy is a good hire. A lot of people were wanting Timmy to be the OC under June Jones for this run. So I think Timmy is a good hire because also, with Timmy being there, also being a St. Louis high quarterback, one of the better, like one of the St. Louis high quarterbacks that really laid the groundwork for guys like Marcus and Tua, as well as Jeremiah Masoli. Boom, remember that name, former Oregon quarterback, currently in the CFL. Timmy laid the groundwork for them. He's a Hawaii great, right? And with him being there, it's already potentially luring back some of the players that have transferred on to other schools just this past offseason. As like I told Shane before we started recording, I just found out there's a loophole when it comes to the transfer portal. That if you transfer and you like have your destination set, like you're like, oh, like let's say Siobhan, whatever, he transferred to San Jose. If he transfers, if he puts in the return to Hawaii before the start of the new year, the new school year, he can do that. Any player can. As long as you put it in that you want to return to your original school before the start of the new year, then you are able to. That's a loophole in the transfer portal. I just found this out recently. So technically it could be the same thing for, let's say, Caleb Williams, which obviously he's not. I actually saw a picture of where all of his shit's packed on a moving truck. I saw that earlier. Someone posted where like his vehicle's on the truck, a bunch of boxes. Caleb's gone. Which, speaking of segueing that over to the next topic, apparently Wisconsin is the #1 favorite for Caleb right now, which would be very fascinating. Actually give them their first great quarterback since Russ, who also transferred to Wisconsin from NC State all those years back. So I think that'd be a very interesting pick because it would also, potentially put Wisconsin in a decent spot to actually really compete in the Big Ten, where it's not just Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, and Penn State, or Iowa. I'm throwing you in there.
Illinois.
Dude, Illinois had that one game, okay, just beating a mediocre team called Penn State. All right.
It's that new damn overtime rule.
Yeah. But
which is dumb, by the way.
All the overtime rules are dumb.
Right.
Agreed.
Which is another topic for today because obviously, we got a big one here with Buffalo and Kansas City in the NFL, which a lot of people are talking about because Josh Allen had the fucking game of his career and didn't even touch the ball in overtime, which that's always been a topic for overtime in the NFL, is making it where both teams have a chance to do something. You know what I mean? With that, Tyler, the floor is yours, man. You're the local Buffalo Bills fan. How are you feeling?
Well,
give us. All right, here's what I want you to do. All right, you ready? I want you to give us your full emotions about how you felt in the moment and how you're feeling now, and really go into detail about it because I'm gonna step out of the room to go get a package that just got here. So I'll be right back.
well, in the moment, I was going crazy when Gabe got that touchdown.
You see what he did to that man?
Bro.
He put him on the floor.
Bro, the first thing I did, text Clifton. I said, appreciate it, my boy. And then he's like, I got you. And then the TV lagged or some shit. And I come back and we got the ball again and we're down. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And then Gabe comes through again. 4 touchdowns, 13 seconds left. I texted him, I said, I appreciate that 4th touchdown. Potential game winner. Potential. You know what that means? That means probably not. Might happen, but probably not going to happen.
Yep.
You know why? Fucking Patty.
13 seconds, dude.
And as a Buffalo, I mean, I expect to be let down.
It's all part of the process.
Yeah. And then Josh, he was like 9-0 on the year, except against Kansas City. He was 0-2 on the coin toss, obviously. Should have picked tails, I think. Or did he pick tails?
I'm not sure.
I don't know what he picked.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch that ending of the game.
He should have picked heads. I'm pretty sure he picked tails. He should have picked heads because as soon as we didn't get the ball, I was like, well, we're fucked. Because the 13 seconds just drained us. It drained me, man. As soon as I got that foot, I was like, well, we fucking lost. I was like, even if we get the ball, we probably gonna lose, just because we have we just
momentum.
Yeah, we literally took it all for that 13 seconds, and then Leslie Frazier Sean needs to just fire him. Like,
oh shit!
Like that's all Bills Mafia is like, man, fire Frazier, let Dayball go, bring in Ken Dorsey because
shout out to the U,
big time. Hey, him and Josh finally got. Sean said there's not going to be a new offense coordinator without Josh Allen getting his little input.
Yeah.
Kind of what Rodgers wants.
Yeah.
But we're giving it to Josh because.
Giving it to Josh, like 15 years early compared to Aaron.
Yeah, pretty much. And, Josh is like, well, we got a guy here already, so it's going to be Ken Dorsey. There's no doubt in my mind Ken Dorsey going to be the new offense coordinator.
Give Ken Dorsey 2 years as OC, and he'll be a head coach in a couple years calling it right now.
Yep.
And whatever team he goes to, I will support, unless it's the Packers. And then, but obviously, I don't think that's going to happen. They got Matt. They're good, but I still need to put that little asterisk beside it.
Big facts.
Love me some Ken Dorsey.
Hell yeah.
But like I said earlier on that, it is a damn shame that Ken Dorsey is still the best quarterback that we've had in the past 20 years. And that's no shot at him. That's just a shot at the program.
Until
maybe TVD.
TVD.
Yeah. Again, no shot at Ken because he was obviously a very good college quarterback, but that's a shot at us as a program. Well, we need to do better.
Y'all got some cats up there that
yeah,
or down there. I don't know geographically where y'all located.
Down there.
Really.
Way down there.
All right, hold on.
Well, Hawaii's down there too, so
hold on. Did you really get confused on where Miami was?
No, because I don't know how
we got to address this. Hold on.
No, because I'm trying to figure out how the map, like if it's leaning, like which way it's leaning on the world. You know what I mean?
I mean, either way, it's down there, way down there.
I'm pretty positive that Los Angeles is above us.
Yes.
Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, down there.
Yeah, Los Angeles is like now. I could be wrong with the time, but it's closer to like Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. Like no, I guess San Fran would be.
No, LA is down towards southern Cali.
Yeah, but
I thought that's San Diego that's down there.
LA and San Diego is very close.
Talk about like if you lay a flat, I think the United States is flipped like a little bit left is up. You know what I mean?
Terrible Football Show is a huge geographic show.
Yep.
Hey, one of these days we're gonna have the cameras on and they can
I'm
gonna bust a map out, and I'm telling you, the United States is crooked, like it's leaning with a dip to the right.
But also, speaking of that,
because Miami's holding everybody back.
Yeah, Miami's holding everyone back. Come on. Speaking of that plug, we are going to video at the start of season 2 of the show. So
all time.
Yeah, get excited for that.
Way to have the spoiler, dude.
Well, I mean, technically, I already announced it.
True.
Yeah, I did announce it in that end of 20. All I said was that Terrible Football Show is getting video. I just didn't say when, but I guess there you go. There's when. You'll find out soon anyway.
I didn't say when. Oh, you say when?
I just did. Yeah, start of season 2. But when's the start of season 2? There you go. That's the question.
Bang.
I haven't revealed that yet, but
bang bang chicken wing. Man.
But yeah.
What's y'all's thoughts of Buffalo game though?
That was one of the most electric games that I've seen in years. Like the last game that immediately pops in my head, that was just like pure electricity. What once again involves the Chiefs. It would be the Chiefs and the Rams, that Monday night game. That game was absolutely
when it was like 50-50 or something.
Yeah, there was multiple. Like I think there was like defensive TDs, lots of offensive scoring, over 1,000 yards in the game. I mean, unbelievable game, right? Unbelievable. That's the first next game that pops in my head of like just pure electricity. I wouldn't even say one of the last 2 Super Bowls falls in that category, especially not the last one. The last one was very boring to me.
The Chiefs got blown out, right?
Exactly. Now, I will say the Chiefs and 49ers was pretty electric. That second half, it was. The comeback. Comebacks are always electric to watch. But, I mean, that game was absolutely unbelievable. Those last 2 minutes, I imagine, as a Chiefs fan or a Bills fan, just takes years off your life. I
mean, I was on Snapchat because that's really the only way I was getting any kind of updates on the game besides ESPN. And I have buddies of mine that were fans of both teams, and like one Snapchat story for 10 seconds long was like them cheering. The next 10 seconds was them like crying, and then it's like, bro, like what is going on right now?
It's did y'all hear about Kelsey and he just said he's not going to run that route?
Yeah, I did see it. I also saw the mic'd up for it where he was telling Tyreek, he was like, hey, why don't you try doing this? Yeah.
That's a shot at
it. And see, and what really bugs me, there's 2 scenarios about that game that bugs me. And it's in references to other games that's already happened, right? So people were getting on to Dallas for, you couldn't do it in 14 seconds, and you were closer than what Kansas City was. But Kansas City had 3 timeouts.
Yeah, big difference there.
So, I mean.
And the fastest motherfucker
in the league.
Yeah, I mean, that allowed them to throw that, 25, 30-yard pass to Travis Kelce in the middle of the field and still get down with time left because, timeout. So that kind of bugged me. Also, going back even farther with the Rams-Bucs game, people were taking videos of that long past the cup, and then the ref, not the back judge, but the one that's on the defensive side, grabbed the ball and placed it. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, "Oh, this is the wrong ref that not supposed to place the ball. Where was that ref when there was a Dallas game?" Da 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 da. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, a ref just has to place the ball.
It don't matter which one.
The difference is, in my opinion, that ref was how long was that pass? About 60 yards?
Probably.
Okay. Dak's run was 20 yards?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a 40-yard difference for a ref to run when there's already a ref back there. That's just how I look at it.
And I completely agree. I mean, it was definitely. I mean, of course, you can go and dissect tape to find out exactly, but I'm pretty sure the ref that tried to get to the ball was easily the closest one.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they're not gonna try and make Dallas lose, and also try to make Tom Brady lose. That's just not how it works. Yeah. Like, you would assume Tom Brady's gonna get that LeBron effect, but he wasn't getting it that game.
Yeah, which I saw a lot of funny skits as well with like Tom Brady after the game talking to the refs, and it's like the guys they were catching on Twitter. Like these people are getting smart. They can't think. They can't.
RDC world.
Yeah, they can't figure out that we're trying to let you win, Tom.
It's like we'll let you win next year. I mean, it's fine. It's like Rams, good job, keep doing your thing. It's all scripted perfectly. No, dude, watching that game was taking some time off my life because I was sitting there just watching all the Rams mistakes happen, and Tom Brady being Tom Brady. I'm like, I swear to God, if the Bucs win, this is fucking scripted as shit.
Yep. Man,
I was like, I've never been open to the idea of the NFL being scripted, but this is about to open my mind to it. This is bullshit.
Oh, there's been a few times, especially when I'm like sitting there watching a game and it's a close game. My first immediate thought brings back to one of the reasons why I disliked the Steelers, because I was a big Arizona fan back in the day when they had Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
And they were in the Super Bowl against them and Tampa Bay, ironically. And Arizona went down and scored. There was like a certain amount of time left. Remember, because that was so long ago.
Too much time.
But I literally called it. I was like, watch, Ben Roethlisberger's going to come down here, throw a last-second touchdown, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. And guess what? Boom, 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 touchdown, Pittsburgh wins. I was like, scripted. It was bullshit.
I still remember that play. It was Arizona was back at probably like their own like 20, 25 or so and just hit a fucking dart to Larry Fitt over the middle. And Larry Fitt just took it to the house. And at that moment, I was watching it, and I'm like, yeah, they scored too quick. Yep. Like, this is going to come back to bite them.
And then also another thing that comes back as far as the scripted thing goes is fucking New England 2 years in a row winning by a last-second field goal against Carolina and then
Rams.
The Rams.
St. Louis Rams.
It's like, bro, what is this bull?
I thought it was the Eagles.
Was it? Eagles I thought it was the third Super Bowl. The first two Super Bowls they won was by a field goal. Vinny won both of those.
Them playing the Panthers twice got me.
They didn't play the Panthers twice.
They didn't?
No.
Who the hell did the Panthers play?
The Panthers played Broncos twice.
No, they played Broncos and Patriots for the two teams Panthers
played.
Yeah,
you're right.
Did I not just say that? Bro, you said 2006, 2005.
Panthers and he's talking about the most recent one, right?
No, the one before the most recent.
It was
not Cam Newton.
You talking about
it was Panthers and Patriots.
Talking about the one with Delhomme?
Yeah, I could have swore. Boy, it wasn't like 2004, 2003.
It was 2003.
Let me look at them.
Because 2001 is St. Louis and New England. 2002 is Tampa Bay and Oakland. 2003 is Carolina and New England. 2004 is Philly and New England. 2005 is Seattle and Pittsburgh. 2006 is Indy and Chicago. 2007 is New York and New York and New England.
If you're right about that, the fact that you remember all those, it's fucking mind-blowing.
2008 is Arizona and Pittsburgh. 2009 is New Orleans and Indy. 2010 is New York and New England. 2011 is...
You got one escaping.
Oh, Green Bay Pitt. And then 2012 is the Hardball Bowl. Yeah, no, the Green Bay one, that game got me fucking sick.
I loved that Super Bowl because like that was around the time like Wiz Khalifa. I remember being in middle school. I was sophomore in high school. And I remember Wiz Khalifa was just kind of like popping off. He just came out with the song Black and Yellow. Mm-hmm. And then Lil Wayne drops his bomb Green and Yellow because he's a Packers fan. Yeah. Shit was fire.
Bro, I got so sick after that game. Brady, he watched the game with me.
I was right. It was Panthers, Eagles.
Are you talking
Panthers
about
and then the Eagles?
Are you talking about the NFC Championship?
No. It was the Patriots versus Panthers. Then the next year was the Eagles.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Not the Rams.
The Rams was before. Rams was their first one. Their first Super Bowl.
Okay, I thought you meant back-to-back.
No.
Okay. See, that's where you got me.
Oh.
Cause I was like, hold up. There was a game in between.
Yeah, it was
the Bucs and Raiders.
The Bucs and Raiders with that fucking mess of a game where like the starting offensive lineman, I think it was like with the center who was like, I think it was like an all-pro Pro Bowler, got like fucking brutally shit-faced the night before the game and didn't show up to the game for Oakland.
Imagine, dude.
Dude, talk about a disaster from the get-go. But anyway, so San Fran, Green Bay.
Damn, they won 3 straight Super Bowls by 3 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. You talking about New England?
That's kind of when I was like, this could be scripted. And then like the Big Ben thing happened. I remember that touchdown like it was yesterday in the right side of the end zone. 2 feet and everything, dude. I think it was Hines Ward that caught it, if I'm not mistaken.
For the Arizona one?
Yeah.
No, that was San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Yeah, San Antonio Holmes. Yeah, that amazing toe tip catch.
Yeah, that was
unbelievable. Unbelievable catch. It really was. San Fran, Green Bay. The only part of this game that I really got to see was like the last quarter. I got to say, I really didn't see this coming. And, you know, I got to also comment on one take that I still think is just a garbage-ass take. I really do. Like, if you're listening to this show right now and you're a 49ers fan, you need to get the fuck over yourself. I'll say it up front. The take of, you know, of Aaron Rodgers on draft day where he said he's going to make sure that the 49ers regret not taking him for like the next 15 years, and 49er fans always love shoving. Oh, well, he's 0-3 against 4 now 0-4. So now it'd be, oh, well, he's 0-4 against 49ers in the playoffs. Is such a garbage-ass take. Like, bro, okay, look, I understand that Aaron has won 1 Super Bowl. You know, San Fran's been to 2 in that time period and lost both. I get that. Like, I get where you're saying, well, he's only won 1 Super Bowl playoffs where it matters. But I'm like, are you really going to sit here and fucking defend to me that you would rather have taken Alex Smith over Aaron Rodgers? Like, get the fuck over yourself. That is such a garbage-ass take. It really is, man. I'm sorry. That's a garbage-ass take.
Like, the way I see it is, would you want to take 1 Super Bowl appearance and 1 win, or 2 Super Bowl appearances and
give me the win
and no wins?
Give me the win. Give me the
win. But
win.
do you know that if the 49ers do make it to the Super Bowl, that Jimmy G would have been a part of 3 Super Bowls?
Yeah, he would have.
1 with New England and 2 with San Fran.
Yep.
Damn. Yeah. Fucking nuts.
Well, fucking nuts with how the game ended, but you know, there was no way Robbie was going to miss, especially after I saw that warm-up video, which also I saw the warm-up video he did in Dallas as well, which was also fucking hilarious, where he's in like the middle of the field warming up and there's just 2 lines of Dallas cheerleaders going past him. He's just minding his business.
I think that's going to be like, I mean, I haven't really paid attention to the 49ers. They're another team I don't really like paying attention to. Mostly because of 49er John. Shout out if you for whatever reason you listen to this show, man. I'm sure you're a great guy, but you are a. How can I say?
You can cuss on this motherfucker.
I know. How can I'm trying to be respectful? Trying to be respectful because I don't know him. I don't know him personally.
Is he a scumbag? I don't know.
He does blast like a lot. Him and Acree go at it.
Oh yeah, but it just comes down to a thing to where like he is. It's almost like blind faith in the 49ers. Like,
okay.
Even like the years that they were garbage, he was like, we're winning it all. It's like, come on, dude.
One of those.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, I'm sure you're a great dude and everything, but ever since I've been listening to the Buzz, and it's been 18 years or whatever now, I can't do it, man. I can't.
So he's an idiot. I'll say it.
He's a diehard 49er fan. Just
so he's an idiot.
Does he know other teams? Like, you know them type of people.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's like only their team exists.
I don't know if he's like that or if he's just acting like that.
I'm pretty sure he's just acting like that. He's just that. I don't know. Like I said, and what frustrates me the most, and I think me and you talked about this a couple of weeks ago when I like first kind of started on the show. I was talking about 49, how I listened to the Buzz and 49
weeks ago. Well, it's been like a couple of months.
Okay, months, whatever.
Because I went like 2 and 7 on episodes.
So. True, but I think me and you, Tyler, were talking about this when I was talking about I listened to the Buzz, and you know we were talking about the 49ers a couple episodes ago. I don't even know what the number is, but I brought up 49er John as well again, and he had this weird take. You know, he was asked, and this was when like 49ers weren't really winning. They were kind of like they'd win and lose, win and lose, win and lose. Mm-hmm. And he called into the Buzz, and I think it was Marcus Elliott. Told him, well, it was like, well, 49er John, who you going for the Super Bowl? Like, at this point, like, they're like, in my eyes, not even in the conversation.
Right.
He's like, oh, my 49ers. But ever since he said that, they've been winning.
Yeah.
How? Why? Please tell me. 49er John, if you hear me, please tell me your secrets because I want to know.
Oh, I got a little story to tell y'all.
Okay.
So, my new job, my manager and the dude that trained me, both 49er fans, right?
I'm sorry.
I'd quit immediately.
Okay. So they don't talk like talk shit or anything. So I'm wearing my Bill stuff because, got to. My manager walks up to me. He's like, man, you a Bills fan? I'm like, yeah. He's like, y'all got a really good quarterback. I kind of need him in San Francisco when we get rid of Jimmy G. I'm sitting there, I'm like, y'all got to fucking trade Lance.
Right.
I'm like, hold up, why don't you know Josh Allen's name? Like, and he did this 3 straight days in a row. Did not say Josh Allen. He's like, man, I really like your quarterback. I'm like, say his fucking name.
Pay the man some respect.
Say his name. I know I'm going to get some heat tomorrow, though, because Buffalo lost.
Oh, yeah, true.
I'm not going to wear my Bills hat. I hate to break it to you. Might wear it on Thursday, though, since people can listen to it.
Oh, yeah. So,
when you listen to the show, I'm going to be wearing my Bills hat.
Okay.
But
he's going to take a couple of days off.
Also, I was just now thinking about, the 49er talk we're having right now. I don't think I've ever met a 49er fan where I can really tolerate them. That's not true. Darren was cool. You remember Darren, right?
Oh, yeah.
Darren is cool.
He would never trade with me in fantasy, though.
That's true. That guy was fucking diamond hands.
That man ghosted me for, like, fucking the whole entire year.
Yeah, because he had Josh Allen, and he was in our fantasy league, and he had Josh Allen. But, see, here's where you got cucked, and I've said this before, was because Darren and Nick, who was also in the fantasy league, they worked together. And Nick knew Tyler's play, where Tyler was just trying to get Josh, and Nick would constantly feed to Darren. Don't fucking trade him, Josh, no matter what. Because Darren and Tyler, you guys did work together, right?
One day, the day that I got hurt,
Okay, so basically you guys don't know each other. Yeah. So it was literally just Nick sabotaging you the entire time.
What sucked was I had Kittle, and I was sending this motherfucker the whole entire package. I'm talking Kittle, 2 damn quarterbacks, 3 running backs.
Decline. The package.
Decline.
just to piss you off. That was Nick's fault. Nick's fault.
I know. But fucking Cooper Kupp. Yeah.
Now, we had another coworker. I won't name drop them, but you probably know who they are.
JG?
No.
I was going to say because he loved trading with me.
No.
The whole entire year, 2 years?
No, I'm talking about someone that's a 49ers fan that we worked with. And they were insufferable. Insufferable.
What's the name start with?
So D.
Damn.
It's escaped him.
Yeah, it's
I'm trying to get there.
Not part of the team that we are on. They were part of the team a couple hours away.
Oh.
Yeah. Insufferable. Where it's like when the 49ers went to the Super Bowl, like, oh, dude, I was so excited to go look at their Facebook.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. I forgot the 49ers were in the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Yep. Well, with how hard they dropped last year. They dropped last year mostly because of injuries. But
still, that's just mind blowing. Like a team like that can just go to the Super Bowl.
And don't get me wrong, they're a good team.
They are. They got a damn good defense.
They've got a good run game. They've got a good defense, and
I'm just saying, don't let them go to the Super Bowl. It's gonna be boring.
Yes. Let there be another blackout, please.
I really hope it's going to be the Rams out of the NFC. I really do. Matty Stafford deserves it.
I do, but at the same time, I don't because. God, man, I do not want to see 2 years in a row the team playing in the home stadium.
That would be wild.
Also, honestly, I mean, we've talked about this last week. Do we really think it's going to be in LA, though?
Also, the ticket issue.
That is true.
The ticket issue is.
I did see just today that they're starting to let San Fran fans buy tickets now.
Good, because
they go to the NFC Championship.
They're getting a lot of heat for that.
Yeah, the ticket situation down over there in LA is fucking wild right now.
It's because they lost 6 straight games against San Fran. You can't lose another one.
Yeah, because there was the last time they played, it was like a home game for San Fran. I remember seeing about it everywhere because I remember it was Kelly Stafford that would put out about it, where it's just like Matt was having to use silent counts. And meanwhile, here Jimmy G's doing fucking hard cadences, because it didn't matter. It was like a home game for him, which is wild to me. Speaking of wild, it baffles me that Cincinnati keeps winning the way they do when Joe Burrow gets sacked 9 times. Joe Burrow was sacked 52 times in the regular season.
You know what that
means?
For
a league high, and he was sacked 9 times in that Tennessee game.
You know what that means? They knew something by drafting Chase over Penei Sewell. They're like, this dude, if he can score points, it don't matter if he gets sacked. It's
a credit to his toughness.
That's a strategy.
And that's the way I saw it. I think it takes years to build a good line.
That's true.
Jamar Chase is as we've seen this year, he's a game changer. Yeah. He can change your team in 1 year.
Is there a receiver in the draft this year like Chase versus let's say, damn, man. I don't know if I want to say nil or not because who's the second? Ockham. Would you rather have that top receiver, which
will probably be Garrett Wilson?
Like 1 through 6 is like you can flip flop any of them.
With this year's draft, I got to be honest. I would go like O-line over the receivers.
Yeah.
If I was drafting a receiver,
only because the pool is so deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pool is very deep. I don't know, man. Like if I was a team, I wouldn't draft a receiver in the top 10. I don't think we'll see a receiver drafted in the top 10. I really don't, especially with who is in the top 10. Yeah. I don't think we will,
because there's a lot of defensive and offensive line.
Because I mean, like even though New York, both New York teams have two picks in the top 10, I still don't think we'll see a receiver. If we were, it would be the Jets personally, but I don't think it would happen. I think they're gonna I think the Giants will focus on these categories here, and the Jets there. I mean, I really don't think we'll see a receiver taken in the top 10. I think
could
we'll
see the
first
Falcons
receiver.
maybe fucking up and taking one at 7.
Fucking Traylon Burks. I've been seeing Traylon Burks a lot at 7 to Atlanta, probably because of the Felipe Franks.
Mm-hmm.
That's 100% the reason I could see that.
Felipe is in the Arthur Smith's ear. It's like, yo, I'm telling you,
he's like,
Traylon's a beast.
Like, Matty Ice gonna have to retire eventually.
Yeah.
Might as well get this kid.
Well, okay, I mean, let's go ahead and be honest. Felipe he's not gonna do fucking shit for Atlanta. Let's go ahead and be real on that.
Who's the backup?
Josh Rosen or Franks?
Oh, I would take.
Is it not?
No, Matt's been gone.
Hey, I'm just saying on Madden.
Well, then
I'm just saying on Madden 22, Felipe Franks is the backup. Okay, he's that guy.
I'm just saying when Matt's gone, it's gonna be neither of them. It's not gonna be Franks or it's not gonna be Rosen.
Franks is gonna draft a quarterback, is what you're saying.
Franks isn't a franchise quarterback, but
he can get you some dubs.
I mean, the first time he went in there, I think he threw a pick immediately.
Hey, he can be Josh McCown. Just kidding.
But no, when it comes to this draft, though, to answer your question, I would definitely go line. Personally, I don't think we'll see a receiver go in the top 10. But, I mean, I do think there's some quality receivers out of this draft. I don't think we're going to get – I think the quality receivers out of this draft, I don't know if it's going to be on the same level as the one that we had where it's like you have Jamar do the things that he's done, where you have Jalen Waddle, which has been a very quiet, explosive guy down in Miami because he broke – didn't he break Anquan Bolden's rookie record? For receptions. I mean, Devontae Smith showed a lot of flashes for Philly, which honestly shocked me on that one. I'm going to be brutally honest. I did not expect to see Devontae do what he's doing.
The Heisman winner? That was because he won the Heisman.
Bro, let's be honest. The Heisman winner doesn't mean shit in the NFL. It's just a fucking extra thing.
But, I mean, I will say one thing. If Jameson and the other Alabama receiver, I forgot his name, Mechie, if they weren't hurt and they were both healthy, for one, I think the Georgia game probably would have been a little different in the national championship. But going forward, like as far as their NFL careers and as far as like the receiver class in total, I think it can be just as good, if not better, than last year's class.
Right.
Because really, you got to think it was really Jamar Chase, Waddle, Devontae Smith, Henry Ruggs. It was really those 4 guys, and then there was a huge drop off. I mean, this one, there's
fact check that because I'm gonna have to fact check that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't.
You said Henry Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs was the year before.
He was?
Yeah.
No, I thought he was.
He was this year.
Yeah, he was a rookie this year.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't?
No.
Him and the Arnett dude or whatever.
Nope. That was the year before. 2020.
Okay.
This was the 2021 draft.
I mean, that even speaks with me. That helps me anyways, because there's top 3, and then to me there was a big drop off.
There is, because I think the next receiver taken was the Tony kid out of Florida who went to the Giants, had one single game of greatness, and then the other one was Rashad Bateman to Baltimore, who I don't think played a majority of the year.
And then after that, it was
probably Amari Rodgers to Green Bay out of Clemson. Maybe.
No, it was I got it pulled up. I literally have his name on the tip of my tongue.
Hey, you're really gonna be pissed whenever you find out the team because you mentioned him multiple times.
Yeah, no,
was another first round?
Yeah, he was
second round.
Second round from a Big Ten school.
Yeah, it was 2021 draft.
Yes.
Who is it?
Do you know it?
I literally haven't.
He is on the team that did not make the playoffs, where 3 of the division teams have made the playoffs, and 2 of them playing against each other.
Doesn't help me because I don't have the playoff picture in my head,
bro. NFC, how about that? Let's help you out. Let's give you the division. The only team that did not make the playoffs from that division.
Which division was
Giants?
that? Oh,
Jets?
No.
That's
AFC.
That's the
Oh,
West. It was the West.
Yeah.
So Seattle.
No, he said I've mentioned him quite a bit this year.
Actually, just kidding. They did make the playoffs now that you said Seattle. They're the ones that did not make it.
Oh, I know who it is. It's Rondell Moore.
Yeah, there you go.
Out of Purdue.
Yep.
Yeah, with Arizona.
And then
But what about that receiver also the receiver for the Jets that came out of Elijah Moore came out of Ole Miss.
Was he
he didn't have a lot of. He had a couple flashes for the Jets.
But I mean, like I said, I mean, that's where I'm saying like this receiving class could possibly be deeper than last year because honestly, last year, I mean, there was a lot of hype for Elijah Moore and Tony, but I mean, even then there was like 5 or 6, and then it was
Elijah was ahead of Rondell Moore. My fault.
I'll also go ahead and go out on record and say this right now. Out of this upcoming draft, the 2 receivers that are going to be the absolute best is going to be Treylon Burks and Drake London.
Really?
Yep. I can see that.
I stand by that. I honestly, if it wasn't for Drake getting hurt, Drake would be the number 1 receiver off the board, in my opinion.
Because I mean, we're doing our rankings.
Yeah, we're doing our rankings
right.
here.
So
in the near future.
I'm sitting here and just looking. I'm just looking at yours, right?
Right.
The top 5, you got Garrett Wilson, London, Burks, Williams, Olave, which you don't have Mechie on there, which I think he could be a great receiver, and then also at Parker. Is it Parker Washington from Penn State? What's the dude's name?
Jahan Dotson.
Yeah, Jahan Dotson.
No,
no, Washington. He's like a sophomore.
Really? I thought he
Jahan Dotson.
The one that do the guy that had all those one-handed catches against us.
Yeah, because Dotson didn't play because he's.
I mean, I know because he's set out.
Yeah, Washington's coming back.
Damn,
he's young. I mean,
he's gonna be good.
Hey,
he's gonna be a good.
Speaking of Penn State, let's throw a random dude's name out here because I got a bunch of them. Caden Saunders, he's an incoming freshman. He's gonna be pretty solid. He's from Ohio, just like Drew Lar.
So. But I mean, you got 5 up here, and honestly, this receiving class could be even deeper once we get into our rankings.
The top 7, 8, they're just all like, to me, they're all one group.
It is. It's tough.
Like, literally, Dotson ain't even in my top 5. And
Dotson can flirt with the top 5, though.
And he can literally go in the first round, like, 1 or 2, like, obviously not 1 or 2 pick, but, like, the
1
first
or 2 outflow receivers.
The first or second, yeah.
Right.
And like I said, it's definitely interesting, and I think all 6, 7, 8 of those guys can be an outbreaking kind of person like Jamar Chase was. Just got to, I mean, of course, like any player, has got to be in the right place, right position, right kind of team, right kind of fit. So,
I'll say out of that group, I do think Garrett Wilson has the best possibility to be like the explosive receiver. You know, I think Treylon and I think Drake are going to be more so like Jalen Waddle types, where there's going to be very good, reliable receivers, put up a lot of catches. You know, kind of like I feel like a good comparison into like a pro player who, in my opinion, never gets the respect that he deserves until the end of the season is Mike Evans. Mike Evans is like one of the best receivers that we've had in the game for a while now, but it's just like when people talk best receiver, how often is he in the category for like, top 3?
It's not, because he's not doing, I mean, like you said, he's not doing all these flashy, big, long plays that everybody gets to see.
But he's so damn reliable.
He is.
I mean, and he's never had a season not have over 1,000 yards. That's unreal.
Well, he's been in the league 9 or 10 years, and he's 8 of the 10 it's been a 1,000-yard season.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane, bro. And that's how I feel when it comes to London and Burks. I feel like they both can be like Mike Evans type players. Which, hey, I'll take that. Hell yeah.
Fun fact: Treylon Burks' NFL comparison is Vincent Jackson.
Hey, Vincent Jackson and Mike play very similar, so I'm down for that. You know, that's
not
too far off.
I'm trying to get London's comparison, but my phone's tripping right now.
Well, so, you see, my ideal spot, even though I don't really like the Patriots, my ideal first spot for Treylon would be New England.
That'd be nasty.
I can keep seeing that.
That would be a great landing spot for him.
NFL comparison for Drake London, Mike Evans.
Boom. Hey, let's go.
Just in case you think it's a lie. Say Drake London.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll down. somewhere down here.
Somewhere
pro comparison.
Mike Evans.
Yep. Mike Evans.
Hey, I'm telling you, I think they both. Yeah. And again, with Burks being Vincent Jackson, that's not far off either. Because Vincent and Mike, when they played together in Tampa, bro, they were very similar styled receivers. Yeah. So that's not far off. I'm telling you, I feel like both these guys.
The only thing I mean, the body type's not really there, right? The only reason why, I mean, Vincent. Don't get me wrong, Vincent was a really good receiver, but he was also 6'5".
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Traylon's only 6'3".
Drake should be 6'5", I think, right? I'm pretty sure he is.
He is most definitely,
I think 6'5".
6'5", 210 pounds.
Boom.
Yeah, I think Traylon's like 6'3", like 220.
Yeah, he is, which is still a good size for a receiver.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, it's a great size for a receiver. I'm here for that. Let's segue back over to some pro talk. What do you guys think about the futures of Aaron Rodgers and Tom? Tom kind of left his future very open in the air, where he, for the first time ever, he really talked about kind of being unsure, and he talked about his family, where it's like, my wife deserves a good husband to be there, my kids deserve to have their dad be there. That sort of talk that's the first sign of retirement on the way. And with Aaron Rodgers, he of course had his final Aaron Rodgers Tuesday with Pat, and one thing that he did say is that this will 100% be sorted out well before free agency. Yeah, because he did say that it's a disrespect to the organization not figured out before.
Yeah, I was listening to ESPN all night on my way home from work last night, and they kept playing the clip or whatever and talking about it. And they did say that Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady both came out and said that, whatever their decision is, whether it's to stay, retire, go to another team, as far as in like Aaron Rodgers' case, it is going to be settled before free agency.
Yeah.
But the thing is with Tom, like I would love. You have no idea. I'm going to throw a house party when he retires.
Casey, you're invited.
But the thing is, as I've been saying this for 10 years. Dude, I've literally been saying this for 10 years.
I just want the motherfucker to retire.
If he retires, I'll throw a house party. But I'm like, okay, he wins his 5th Super Bowl. Oh, he's going to retire. Oh, he wins his 6th. Oh, he's definitely got to retire now. Oh, he's won a 7th. He's got to retire now. But he just keeps coming back and keeps performing and keeps doing the things he's doing. So, I don't know. We'll see.
See, 3 years ago, you could have been like, Tom Brady needs to retire. I'd be like, fuck yes. Now I'm like, I don't really give a fuck if he retires, because now we got to face fucking Patty every year.
That's true.
Pat Mahomes is a new fucking Tom Brady for Buffalo, except there's no hatred for Pat like there was Tom.
I did see one thing that I do agree with. I do see, I saw a comparison between Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes. It's going to be like the new, was it Rodgers and Brady or something? Brady? Manning and Brady. Yep.
Yeah. I can see that.
I like that. I like that comparison a lot.
But do you like that comparison? Because, like, the comparison is that in your case, Josh would be like Payton, which means you're not going to the Super Bowl very often, but it's going to be
Guess what, though? Hey, guess what, though? I just want to go at this point. I will take a fucking loss.
How long has it been?
Since 93. Yeah, 93 was the last one.
That was when we got beat the second time against Dallas.
Yep.
It wasn't the blowout, though.
All 4 of your losses.
NFC East.
By NFC East.
That's
teams.
why
Washington, Giants, and Dallas.
That's why my hatred for Philly is not as strong as the other 3. Which, I mean, I came back full circle to.
Yeah, you came back. Yeah, Giants are now your second favorite team.
Yeah, New Jersey Giants.
Yeah.
But
no, I don't think either one of them is going to retire. I really don't. I mean, Tom, he threw for 5,300 yards, bro. I don't think he's going to retire. I think he's at least got another year in him to see if he can get another ring, especially while they can still have this team together. Because this team is special. Like we've said before, this team is like a Madden team.
I just don't see Godwin coming back.
No, I think Godwin's gone.
Well,
I don't know.
Future reference, there might be a pick in there to replace Godwin. So
I was about to say, I mean, this you could very well see Tampa Bay trade up, take a pick in the second round.
The same college as Godwin.
Dotson. Okay, Dotson. He's got Dotson going to Tampa. Okay, got it.
Indeed, I do.
And then for Aaron, I see no way that he's retiring. He's just going to move on to another team personally. Well, I don't know. I mean, he's open to staying in Green Bay, but he's got to figure out what we're going to do because he's openly said after the game he is going to be part of a rebuild, which is fair. What quarterback his age and at his level wants to be part of a rebuild, Fuck that.
I mean, it would be dumb.
Yeah, exactly. But Packers are going to be like, what, minus $48 million over the cap?
I guarantee you Tom Brady would do it.
No. Look where he went.
The only way.
And look what he did. He won.
Yeah, but he didn't go to a rebuild.
But he went to a team. But
no,
it wasn't.
They rebuilt through free agency because they had $60 million to mess with.
Yeah,
they wasn't that good though.
You're right. But when you're moving into
Jameis threw for 5,000 yards.
You're also throwing 900 times a game. He's out there fucking Trayvon Diggs in a bitch. He's just
30 interceptions, 30 TDs.
You never know what's gonna happen. He's just gonna toss that shit up.
But no, I agree. Honestly, I don't see him coming back to Green Bay.
No chance.
As much as I would love to see it, they would have to literally give the team to Aaron Rodgers in order for him to stay. I'm talking like make him GM, make him head coach, make him OC, let him head of personnel.
See, I think at this point, I do think he's open to staying in Green Bay. Like I feel like the animosity is gone. It's just more so like what's gonna make him leave Green Bay is the fact that, hey, guys, our money situation's kind of fucked. Who are we going to actually get? Or what are we going to do with Devontae? Because Devontae's set to be like a free agent. You're just going to tag him? Are we going to re-sign him? Randall's going to be out the door because Randall's going to be due $9 million. They're not going to pay him that for what he's kind of worth as a player. No offense to Randall. He's had a great career. But it's just...
You can take him to a different team with him.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm going to go continue to hammer this. I still think he's going to go to Denver. I think
so too. I think
Denver and Pittsburgh. I think that's two. That's my two. Pittsburgh needs a quarterback.
I mean, Mike Tomlin did go on the record saying that if they're going, if Ben did retire this earlier in the season, he doesn't plan to, he's planning to go veteran status. He's not drafting. Yeah. So, and let's be real. Mike Tomlin, when you look around and you see like the Lamar Jacksons of the world, the Joe Burrows, and you see like the Josh Allens you're going to potentially face, Patty Mahomes, you're not going to be fucking stepping up in the room like,
let me get Desmond.
We have Mason Rudolph, like, hey, look at us. We're competitive.
We've got Josh Dobbs.
I think Josh got cut.
Josh is doing TikToks now.
Oh, is he?
He's doing
Josh is gone.
He's doing videos about like what's the greatest stadium to ever play in other than your home stadium or some shit.
Oh, really?
I watched the video. I was like, what the
Well,
I thought you was on a team.
No, they moved on from him because they got Dewey Haskins.
God damn.
They got Dewey.
I forgot about that.
No, but I still think Broncos are going to make a heavy push for the offense coordinator Nathaniel Hackett out of Green Bay, and once that happens, I think Aaron's going to go with him. I think it's that simple. I really do.
It's like
I was talking to my buddy Sean at work, and he's a Cowboys fan, but
damn near everybody's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, I know. That's why Washington needs to be the Red Hawks, dude. I'm telling you.
You can flip a whole state.
You can damn near flip a whole entire state.
In the same division.
With a long-time heated rivalry.
Which would be great,
fuck
dude.
Everybody.
That would be great. But
this state would be split in half between Washington fans and Dallas fans.
100%. What it would be like the southwest and south corners would be Dallas, like the ones closest to Dallas, and like everybody up from that.
Yeah.
Well, also Arkansas would be Dallas, like Fayetteville and all that. So
yeah, true.
Yeah, you have like all the Jerry Jones like cocksuckers on the one side, and then you have everyone else who's just like, oh, cool, Arkansas Razorbacks
and
reference on this side.
Jonesboro will be the part of that, the Dallas part, because they're not gonna support anything that's Hogs,
True.
Well, except like Walmarts and shit. Can't find no Arkansas State shit nowhere.
True. But I was talking to him about it, and I was like, don't be surprised if, Denver hires Green Bay's OC, Aaron Rodgers goes there, and they're just throwing money at Aaron and get Devontae. Don't be surprised about it.
I don't know, I'm going to ride the Devontae to Vegas train till something happens.
Yeah, you're going to keep riding that for the Derek Carr connection. They played in college together.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. I mean, I think that would be the second bet, but
they need a receiver besides Hunter Renfrow.
What are you talking about? He's a top 3 receiver in the NFL.
Okay, Brady.
But yeah, I just really see it. I mean, especially with the cap room that Denver has, I think we're in the top 5 or whatever of most cap that we got. I think we checked it 2 episodes ago, and it was like
last episode. Because I checked it too.
Yeah, because it was like
because he pulled out the Saints.
It was like 40 million or something like that.
Yeah, speaking of Saints,
yeah,
negative 71
I just
million.
noticed you haven't said shit about that.
Well, no, not yet.
Okay,
but we were getting there. I was actually going to use the segue whenever you said my friend Sean. I was going to follow up after that conversation. Speaking of Sean,
Sean Payton. You brought up money, and I'm sitting there. Hold up, there was a team that ain't got no money.
Yeah, I know. Sean Payton, man, had his.
Don't be surprised if the replacements comes in and plays for the Saints.
Oh, right.
To be honest,
no. Sean Payton came out with his interview today. Said that he's taking. He said he's not retiring. He doesn't like that word because he's like, I could see football still in my future that could even involve coaching, but he's just like, my heart's not in it right now. It's just not in it right for this time. So he's out.
He's just waiting on Jerry to get pissed off at Mike McCarthy so he can offer him a job.
Also, Shane, sixth for Denver. They have currently like 44.8, but of course that could possibly go up and change depending on who they can get rid of, to kind of bring it up a little bit, or Teddy, depending on what Teddy's contract looks like.
I forgot Teddy was there.
I don't know, but yeah, 44.8 currently. Because I know
I figured it was around 38, 40.
Because I know the Bears have a okay cap to make maybe 1 or 2 decent moves. Like we're we're 10th right now. We're currently 34.3 million, but I know for a fact there's at least 2 players that can help give us some space. One of them being Eddie Goldman. I see no chance he comes back to Chicago. No chance.
Buffalo has 10 million, don't they?
Yeah, not much. But anyway,
But I mean, you've got your team set. I mean,
no.
Well, you guys,
we need a defensive player now. We need another linebacker.
Look, you need some defensive help, and I'll go ahead and still say it. I still think you need a true number 1 running back. I don't think it's Devin.
I agree. I don't think it's Singletary.
100% agree with that. Singletary he's up there now.
He's like a playoff Lenny. That's all he is. He's a playoff guy.
He had 29 yards last game, and it felt like he had about 90 yards because he came out the gate so strong, and then he just disappeared. Because we ain't got a second. Because I don't know what the fuck Moss is doing. I haven't heard of Moss in like 3 months.
Maybe he's hurt. I don't know.
Then we got
No, you guys need a true number 1 running back, and you need to work on your defense and maybe kick Ed Oliver in the ass. Tell him to fucking get his shit together. Because what the fuck has he done for you guys?
He rode that horse last year, man.
Okay,
dude, that was last year, right?
Because I will say one thing.
Yeah.
When I was really liked watching the Bills play was when they had LaShawn. And when LaShawn was playing well.
Hey, that trade was
always interesting
electric.
to watch.
That trade
was so
right
great.
there. You trade your one of your top tier linebackers for a top tier running back.
They traded Kiko, right?
Kiko. Mm-hmm. And then Kiko gets traded the same year that happens. And I'm like, we just won that fucking trade.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, you did.
It was great. I love it. Let's ride it. Let's do it
again.
Well,
I'm glad you guys were able to capitalize on that since things fucking fell apart with Marshawn.
Well,
true.
Marshawn didn't want to be there. We didn't want him there.
Well, I mean, that's true. He's a West Coast guy.
we had Fred Jackson.
Fred was a beast.
Hey, and also don't forget about Fred Taylor back in the day.
Fred Taylor, he with Maurice Jones-Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
fun to watch too.
That tandem was part of the reason why I started liking the Jags and why I consider them like
it wasn't Matt Jones.
No, I don't give a shit about that.
Hey, the only thing in the NFL, the only thing in the NFL I can remember Matt Jones doing was he scored a touchdown, and he punted the ball, and he got flagged for it.
Yo,
that's literally the only thing I can remember Matt Jones in the NFL for, other than cocaine.
And marijuana.
No, I started liking the Jags because of those 2 backs and David Garrard mostly. David was
not. Cleo Lemon was Miami. You're right.
Yeah,
Garrard was pretty. He was pretty solid.
He was. He was a very underrated quarterback.
He was,
and he also dealt with some. I think it was diabetes, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it was diabetes that he was dealing with. Kind of like Jay. Jay also deals with
I liked
diabetes.
Maurice Jones-Drew. He was at a UCLA, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So I watched him in college, and then because he was drafted by the Jags, and I remember he didn't give a fuck. He was 5'8", 240, just pounding people, dude. He give no fucks.
It's funny you mentioned that because when he was interviewed on Pat's show, that's basically what he said. Where it's just the question was with your size, whatever, do you have to do certain things differently? And he basically says do you see how tall I am? It's like, you just got to do what you got to do, man. Or something like that. I thought that was funny.
And, you know, we see all these memes these days with Saquon and his quads and stuff.
Oh, my God.
You remember Jason? Like, his... Yeah, it was literally looking like
a fucking tank.
It was like it was a little 5'8" tank, man.
It was
a little bowling ball out there.
Yeah, he was, dude. Shit. Oh, anyway. So how are we feeling about Sean, man? Because honestly, in my opinion, all this is telling me is the dude said, "Fuck this! I don't want to deal with this quarterback situation. I don't want to deal with $71 million cap. I'm a ditch for a year. I'll come back in 2023 and be a coach somewhere else." That's what I see this as. Straight up.
I agree. Hey. I didn't think the Saints were going to be dumb enough to let him do that. I figured they would try to trade him and get something out of it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know, like, I've only seen one coach ever get traded in my life.
Which was John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And with this situation as well, I will also add Dennis Allen, their DC, looks to be poised to be the new head coach because I know he is now backed out of the Chicago Bears interview for head coach, which I didn't want him anyway, so I don't give a fuck. But he was supposed to interview with us on Wednesday, and now he's backed out of it, and he was at the press conference. I don't know if they've already announced that, he's the head coach, or they're going to do a formal interview search, but I think he's poised for it.
I did hear something, it could have been earlier, but they were coming out, they said that New Orleans, I think it might have been from Adam Schefter, that they're going to come out and do a presser tomorrow, I think.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
Gotcha. I know, and then I did see with the Raiders as well. Apparently, they're going to make a heavy push for Josh McDaniels, but I still just don't see that guy leaving New England. I really don't until Bill's gone. I feel like Josh wants that New England job more than anything, so I don't see him going anywhere. But speaking of going places, Tyler, how are you feeling about Joe Sharon being hired as GM and probably Brian Daboll going with him for the Giants? How you feeling about that?
I like it. I like it because it helps Daboll out, but it also helps us out because now we can put Ken Dorsey as the OC, and we're not really missing a beat, you know?
Yeah.
Because Daboll, he needs his own team. Like, you can't just sit there and be an offense coordinator. I know I say know your role. Well, right now his role is to get the fuck away from Buffalo.
Right.
Because you got one of your top guys going to a new team. Of course, you're going to have that connection. So right now is the best time to go with them, you know? And then you can potentially have Russell Wilson, which I mean.
And or Deshaun Watson, depending on that legal situation.
Yeah. And if not, try and fix Danny Dimes.
There ain't no fixing them. I'll go ahead and say it.
See, I disagree.
People said the same thing about Josh Allen.
I disagree. And I do see Danny Dimes, if he gets the right coordinator and the right kind of team around him, he can. I don't think he'll be a Pro Bowler, an All-Pro, but
decent.
He will be
an average quarterback.
He'll be like what Eli was early, right? A game manager, a player that was not going to lose you games. He may not necessarily win you games, but he's not going to
kind of like Jimmy.
Yeah, he's not going to lose you games.
Kind of like Jimmy, because that's all Jimmy is.
He won't trip before the.
Oh my God!
This
man will never get past that. Poor Danny, bro.
A couple of weeks ago, Pat threw him under the bus.
Yeah, Pat did throw him on. That was funny. That was funny as shit. Talking about my Bears, man, we finally got our GM in place. Ryan Poles. I do think it's kind of funny that it's like a fusion of Ryan Pace and Nick Foles, but we're not going to fully address that. From KC, apparently this guy is absolutely beloved. Everyone loves the hire. Everyone loves this guy, and he's been kind of being poised for this sort of position for a while. He's been the director of college scouting since like 2017, but before that, he also helped with scouting. So like he helped scout like Patrick Mahomes and stuff, for example. But he got the official position in 2017. He's been with the Chiefs since 2009. Dude's been around.
Did you see he was undrafted free agent?
Yep, for Chicago. Okay. Yeah, that's where he started his career, was in Chicago.
Ironically.
Now, I will say one thing, man. It was actually from a Barstool guy. I don't know if you guys saw this. I think his name is Barstool Champ. He lives up in Chicago. Dude, he had such a terrible-ass take on George McCaskey going to the airport to pick up Ryan Poles. Did you guys see that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, George McCaskey personally went to the airport to pick up Ryan Poles, and this Barstool Champ guy was just trashing it, where it's just like, you are like the owner of the Bears. Send a fucking limo, do this, do that. Like, it's like, this is a fucking joke and blah, blah. And when I read his tweet, I'm like, this has got to be a joke, right? Like, I read it where it's like, it sounds like he's being over the top sarcastic. And then he put up a follow-up statement where he hard doubled down on it. And I'm like, all right, this is a terrible ass take in my opinion. Like, I feel like it's, you know, if I was a GM candidate and the owner personally came to meet me, I would be like, oh, that'd be cool to me.
And I agree. You know, if I was taking a GM spot and knowing how busy an owner can be, to take time out of his day to come pick me up personally, that's definitely a bigger nod to him than sending somebody to pick me up. So, I mean, I definitely agree.
So what Tyler is showing us right now, which I did see the report, I think yesterday, that the Bears did actually reach out to Jim Harbaugh, and there was some mutual interest. What Tyler is showing us just now, from a source that I actually fully trust, that's Bears Nation, right, is what you showed me?
Yeah.
That's one of the sources that I follow that I do trust, has some pretty good info. That apparently Jim was wanting a contract upwards of $100 million for the contract. So that's one reason why those talks probably didn't kind of go further from there. But, you know, one thing that I do really like about Ryan already that's very different from Pace, because when Pace was hired, Pace didn't want to really, like, rock the boat, and he kind of just rolled with it with John Fox and just like, okay, whatever. Ryan Poles basically, from every insider and news that I've seen, from sources that I personally trust, Ryan Poles just fucking stood up, put his dick on the table, and said, I'm doing the interviews. He demanded that he wanted to do the head coaching interviews going forward, and George is letting them. So, like, the interviews that were done today, which I think today was Jim and
Caldwell, that is.
Yeah, Jim Caldwell, correct.
Not Harbaugh.
Yeah, not Harbaugh, thank you. And then I think the Indy DC. How do you pronounce his last name? Eberflus?
Eberflus.
Yeah, I think it was Matt Eberflus and Jim Caldwell. That was today. Tomorrow is... No, today might have been Dan Quinn, and tomorrow is Matt Eberflus. Either way, Ryan interviewed them alone, just him. And he did those second interviews, and he is going to expand the interview pool if he doesn't really mesh with one of these three. Because these three are obviously all their second interviews. So these are what George McCaskey considers finalists, essentially. But, yeah, Ryan Poles essentially put his dick on the table there and said, no, I'm going to do this.
That's what y'all fucking need.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I mean, that's what, at this point, that's what Chicago needs.
But here's another thing that got me really excited. So one of my GM candidates that I would have liked to see was Omar Khan out of Pittsburgh. He did interview with Chicago. I did hear about the interview. The interview was confirmed and everything, but apparently he did not interview for GM position. Apparently he interviewed for Ted Phillips' position because Ted Phillips is set to retire next year. So, if we do that, like, well, let's go ahead and hire Omar now. Yeah. And, because Ted's going to be working on, that's already confirmed from George. He's not doing anything football ops right now. Ted's basically just, all he's working on is Arlington Park, our new stadium that we put a bid on. That's it. That's all Ted's working on for the next year until he retires. So, if we want to bring in Omar Khan from Pitt, let's do it. Let's do it. Especially since Omar actually knows football. I've said it since day one. Ted Phillips doesn't know a damn thing. He probably doesn't even know what a 1st and 10 means. Like, Ted Phillips is a fucking moron when it comes to football, but he's a damn good businessman.
He's a
fucking idiot beyond that.
He probably thought Nagy was good.
Man, speaking of that, I saw someone make a joke earlier where it's just like one guy was just like, man, I really hope they hire Matt Eberflus just so George McCaskey can come out and say, Ryan and Matt are our football guys, just like how it was for the past, 4 years. And I'm just like, please don't put this on us. No, I got to say, as a Bears fan, I am very disappointed with the candidates that we got left because I really wanted an offensive-minded guy, obviously. We got a second-year quarterback now that we got to work on. But thankfully, Leslie Frazier's out, from what I've heard, which thank fucking God.
Fucking Daboll.
It was going to be the most true Chicago Bears move if we hired Leslie Frazier. Defensive guy, and he played for the 85 Bears. True move by us. Could not be more true. The more true thing that we could have done is call up fucking Mike Singletary, who last coached for the AAF Memphis Express. That's what they were. It's just like, hey, you want to come be head coach? I know you fucking bombed for 49ers and you didn't do shit in the AAF, but you want to be our head coach? You're part of the 85 Bears. You're a Hall of Famer. It would have just been the most true fucking Bears move. But even with the candidates that we got, I still think it's fucking Bears moves. Yeah. We have, yes, one offensive guy with Jim. Jim's a great head coach, and I would love to see him get a shot in the league somewhere. I just don't want to see him here because I want
y'all don't need.
I want a true offensive fucking guru.
Y'all don't need a little single. Y'all need a fucking triple or a home run higher.
Yeah, we do.
Y'all
hardcore.
Y'all can't afford.
We can't repeat this.
You can't waste Justin Fields right now.
I know. We can't, bro. We really can't. Out of these candidates, if it actually did come down to these three, Matt, Jim, and Dan, give me Dan for one main reason. Dan is very well respected and loved around the league, and the man can build a staff, and that's all I'm looking at. Because you look at his staff in Atlanta, the dude had a good damn staff. Okay, you know, all he needs to do is just be the head coach. He doesn't need to do what Nagy tried to do and failed at for 4 years of being the head coach and the OC. You know what I mean? They're like some of the good head coaches that we see around the league, they let their coordinators do the work. You know what I mean? Like, and that's one area that Chicago has failed at. Like, you know, Dallas, Mike McCarthy lets his guys do the calls. You know, same thing with Tampa. Brian Leftwich, Todd Boyles, they make the calls. Same thing with Buffalo. Sean McDermott lets Brian Daboll and Leslie Frazier make the calls. You know, you need like those, you know, same thing with New England. He lets Josh, and I think, is Matt Patricia back at DC?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You know, they make the calls. You know, like that. You know, a head coach needs to just manage the game. You know what I mean? That's what a head coach needs to do, and that's where Chicago has failed, because you had this fucking coach that was so adamant on just being an OC the whole time and failed the entire time.
Yeah.
So, if out of all these guys, give me Dan, because I know he can build a hell of a staff. But, you know, with Ryan Poles making the interview process and expanding the pool, I would still think that he would maybe call in Byron Leftwich for a third interview, because I think Byron already had a second with us. I could be wrong on that. I could be very wrong on that. But, you know, Ryan hasn't had a chance to talk to Byron. Ryan hasn't had a chance to talk to Daboll. So, you get some more interviews there.
What about the enemy?
I'm actually really scared about that one, because he's got the connection. But speaking of connection,
it's all about connections.
He's also got a connection to Brian Flores. Ryan Poles and Brian Flores went to college together. They played for Boston College together. So I feel like Brian Flores, which also, by the way, I want to stress, I feel like we can all agree to this. His value right now has been radio silent. Like, where is he going? Like, it was there for a little bit. We thought it was going to be New York, but now it's looking like New York's going to be Daboll.
Which is weird, because he was the best candidate when he got fired, and then now he's just
floating.
Like,
he's gonna go. He's gonna be a head coach somewhere. It'd be dumb if he's not. But where?
This is the the NBA player, was it Victor Oladipo or somebody like that? Turned down like $88 million, and they got like $3 million deal. Like, that's just that's how I'm feeling. Like Flores was so high, and he's just looking around the room. Yeah, like, somebody please. Give me some news.
Yeah, give me something. Because I haven't heard anything out of Flores. But now Flores could be back in the mix for Chicago if, you know, Jim, Dan, and Matt doesn't blow Ryan away. He may call Brian, like, hey, man, what's up, dude? How are you? It's been a while. You know, or call up, you know, Eric and make – I don't even think Eric's interviewed with us at all. I don't think we've contacted Eric at all.
Has he interviewed with anybody?
Yeah, he's interviewed with I know for a fact Denver. I know for a fact on that one, which would be really fucking wild because it's in division rival. But I think
Denver's got their eye.
I think he might have also interviewed with Houston again. I could be wrong. Which also, keep in mind, Houston interviewed Josh McCown again. Yeah, they interviewed him. They interviewed him last year, so that'd be pretty cool.
Make it happen.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. But no, looking at, you know, with all the coaching candidates that we have now 9 spots that are open. Chicago, I still think Dan Quinn is our best likely candidate. No idea for Minnesota. I've heard so little out of Minnesota besides just some interviews. New Orleans will probably just be Dennis Allen. Houston, no fucking clue. Vegas, let's assume Josh McDaniels. Denver, Nathaniel Hackett. Giants, Brian Daboll. Miami, no. I have heard no interview news out of Miami. I don't know what's going on down there. I legit don't. And Jacksonville, Byron's actually getting his second interview with Jacksonville. I would love to see that homecoming. Let's make it happen.
That's where I want him to go.
Let's make it happen. I want Byron Leftwich in Jacksonville. I'm down for that. But then that still leaves a lot of candidates like Brian Flores, Jim Caldwell, Doug Peterson, Matt Eberflus, Kellen Moore, who's not getting a job.
Bill O'Brien.
That's right. Yeah, Bill O'Brien. He's still floating.
He's not going to be he's still head coach.
He's still floating in Alabama, isn't he?
Yeah, he's ready to go.
Kellen Moore and Leslie, they've lost all their stock for this season. That maybe next year. Eric Bieniemy still got some stock. Raheem Morris has got a little stock that's building up. Todd Boyles has still got a lot of stock. Jared Mayo, you know, linebacker coach for New England, his stock's rising a little bit, but I feel like he may be a year or two away. Kevin O'Connell, Rams OC, he's got a lot of stock, and same thing with Mike McDaniel, San Fran OC. He's got a decent amount of stock as well. Man, I don't know how the hell these last few spots are going to get filled out, because I'm not shitting you. Like, I feel like Minnesota and Miami, I've heard so little out of those teams for who's being interviewed. I have no fucking clue.
They're just going to come out of nowhere and just be like,
I think Minnesota,
Bill O'Brien.
Well, Minnesota still needs their GM too. Keep that in mind. They don't have a GM.
Damn.
Yeah, Minnesota's in a spot. Which, you know, the thing about Minnesota that's fucking hilarious is they wanted Ryan Poles.
Yeah.
they were gunning for Ryan hard, and we took it from him. Which they were also apparently gunning for Justin Fields last year. We took him from that too.
Damn.
Now, real quick, talking about Kevin O'Connell. If for some reason Denver doesn't get Green Bay's
Nathaniel
Hackett, I want O'Connell. Bring in O'Connell.
I mean,
that's my two top for Denver, anyways.
I mean, like, I feel like it continues to be proven true that if you're under that like same thread of like players coming from Mike Shanahan stuff, where it's like the Sean McVay, the Kyle Shanahan, the Matt LaFleur, whatever. Like, you're gonna be destined for something. I mean, just talking about coming out of Sean McVay's squad, Brandon Staley. I mean, they were off and on, but Brandon Staley had a pretty good first year in Chargers for a first year coach. I'll be honest, they did. And fucking Zach Taylor shocked me this year. I thought Zach should have been fired last year. I'll be brutally honest, but Zach's turned it around up in Cincy.
He didn't have his quarterback.
Yeah, so now, hey, Kevin O'Connell could be the next guy coming out of the Sean McVay tree.
You don't think David Coley's gonna get a second shot?
No, yeah, that was such a bro, that was such a bullshit hire. We all know it. We all knew that was a bullshit hire.
That was a smoke screen.
It was.
Like, you're not gonna,
half the time I forgot he was the head coach.
I didn't even know what he looked like for like 4 months.
I didn't know what he looked like either. I just saw his face recently. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what you look like. I forgot.
I forgot he was a Buffalo coach. And whenever we had I think it was EJ to Tyrod or something like that. Mm-hmm. It was pretty rough.
Yeah, dude, Poley was such a bullshit fucking hire for us. Like, that was so fucking not for us, for Houston. That was such a pointless hire for them. Everyone knew that was a damn smokescreen. Anyway, you boys
fucked his career up.
Oh yeah, for sure. You boys want to hop into the last little bit of the show here and go ahead and fire out our predictions?
Yeah, this is what I'm not looking forward to, but yeah.
So I do have that other track. I do have the other track on here, so we'll play that for our two picks.
Let me throw something out there.
Throw it out there.
Okay. So you know how Buffalo always gives like money back, right?
Yeah.
Kansas City helped us out.
I saw that. That's what's up.
And helped Joshua Allen out. $13 donated to Patricia Allen.
Just $13 or
just 13? Everybody pitched in 13. Like last year, I think it was 17 for Josh. 13. Not for the 13 seconds. It was for Gabe Davis because he wears 13. That's where
you can cover it up as that.
Yeah, that's an easy cover up. I think that's a little fly under the table
sketchy.
There.
I'll take it though. Hey, I don't give a fuck. Money's money.
Yeah, that is true.
Like they gave Josh after his mom died. Everybody pitched in $17 and ended up like fucking 13 million, I think, or some shit like that. 180 million. I don't fucking know how much it was. It was a shit ton of money though.
Yeah.
Bills Mafia comes in strong though.
Bills Mafia, I gotta say, is one of my favorite fan bases in the NFL.
Facts.
Like easy top 5.
The whole tradition of the WWE thing, jumping to the table, is great.
Boy, yeah, it's we're hurting right now, but
yeah,
we'll get through it.
And I can't tell you how much I want to see the Bills Mafia get a Super Bowl. I mean, the Bills Mafia deserves it, bro.
It's gonna, dude. It has to happen. Like
it does.
There's too many pieces. Like I told Tony, I was like, I really don't want Buffalo to win because I don't feel like we're ready. But at the same time, this team right here, I have the most faith, like in my whole entire life, that we could have won it. And then Pat Mahomes said, "Not so fast."
Hold up,
not so fast, my friend.
It still comes through KC. Comes through KC.
You know what? You know what fucks me up even more? That damn Jacksonville game's the reason why that happened.
Oh, that is true.
Because if we would have beat Jacksonville, we would have been tied, and then we would have owned the tiebreaker, and then we would have played at home. Fucking Jacksonville, man.
Yep. Jacksonville fucking ruined it.
Can't take them random losses, man.
Yep. Jacksonville ruins things for a lot of people, just like how they ruined the fucking Colts season. And also
Urban Meyer.
That is true. And also, a lot of Steelers.
He did that to himself.
A lot of Steelers fans blames Jacksonville for the beatdown they had inserted because every true Pittsburgh Steelers fan knew they didn't deserve to be in the playoffs, and there was no reason for them to be there, and they were gonna get smashed and did. And everyone's just like
the Chargers.
So everyone like fucking Steelers fans are blaming Colts because they lost, or blaming the Jags because they won. Where it's just like you had one fucking job, and that was to win or lose, depending on who you're talking to. So that way we can just go right off and have the season be over. But instead, they had to play out the way it did, so you fucked us. So we had to go to the playoffs and get smashed. Oh, man.
Big Ben looking like he's hurting out there. It was rough.
I know.
Boy, that noodle was just a flaring.
All right. Let's do some picks. We only got 2, of course. All right, boys. Conference championships, Final Four. We got a battle of the NFC West. San Fran and the Rams. San Fran has beat the Rams in what was it, the last 6 meetings, I think? Last 6 meetings. It's in Los Angeles, which the last time these two played in Los Angeles, it was basically a home game for San Fran. How are you guys feeling about this game?
I'll let you go first.
God dang it, bro.
Because you got your 49er fan.
Yeah, so with my picks, I'm going to Tyler strategy here. Throwing some random stuff in there, not doing my normal, okay, I like this team better, so I'm going with them. No, picking the team I don't like. I'm going San Fran.
Okay.
So you're running. Okay.
Give me the Rams. I like the Rams in this one. I really do, man. You know, they showed a lot of resiliency at the end of that Tampa Bay game when everything went fucking south for them that could have possibly went south based on their own mistakes. And I think what this game is going to come down to, I think it's going to come down to that quarterback play.
Man. So I'm at a double-edged sword right here. I'm in a lose-lose situation because I really do not want to see the Rams playing home, but I really do not want to watch San Francisco just run like 900 times a game, looking like I'm watching Army. Like it's a lose-lose situation. So for that instance, let's just run chalk. Let's go San Fran 7-0.
Okay. Cincinnati and KC. Honestly, I'm fine with either of these teams going to the Super Bowl
because they're gonna win it.
Yeah, I really am. I like both these teams. I like a lot what they have, but I will see. You know, you say they're gonna win it, but I'll go ahead and say this up front, man. If Cincinnati goes to the Super Bowl against either of these teams, I think Cincinnati is going to probably lose. I mean, you're sacking Joe Burrow 9 times, and these defenses are a hell of a lot better than Tennessee. Bro, in this postseason, Von Miller and Aaron Donald are leading in pressures right now with 13 and 12 respectively. Bro, these defenses are too damn good for that shitty offensive line that is in Cincinnati. I'm sorry.
You got a point there.
So if Cincinnati goes, unfortunately, I think Cincinnati's going to lose the Super Bowl, which I would love to see that. While I'm not a fan of any of 4 of these teams, there's one team here who obviously has not won a Super Bowl. So if I would love to see it happen for him, for that fan base, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Wait, have the Rams won?
Yeah, they won with Kurt Warner.
Hello, there's a movie about it.
Didn't you watch a movie? Yeah, I thought you watched a movie about it. Come on, Tyler.
You're right. My fault.
Kurt Warner, bro. Come on.
I keep forgetting that they used to be St. Louis.
Come on, bro. It was the Mike Dyson tackle.
Yeah.
Stopped
Tennessee.
Yeah, I forgot the receiver's name. But yeah, Mike Dyson was I think Mike Dyson was the linebacker.
It must be nice to be that receiver right now. To have somebody forget your name.
Yep.
It must be nice.
All right.
Okay.
For this game, though, man, I got to say, if it wasn't for how that Buffalo KC game went, I might flirt with the Cincinnati pick. But, bro, that KC team is too goddamn resilient. I got to go with KC on this one. Like, what they showed me in that game was that they showed me that the Chiefs that we know that can flip a fucking switch at any time are here and ready to get another ring. I'm going with KC.
I'm keeping my method. I'm going with people I don't like. So, going Kansas City.
Well, this is a win-win situation for me because I like Cincinnati, and
yeah, you do.
I don't like Kansas City, but
you respect them.
You got to. They're not Tom Brady and the Patriots. Okay, the hatred is not there right now. I dislike them, but I do not hate them. So I would accept them winning, but I would not accept them going to 3 straight Super Bowls. So for that reason, Cincinnati.
See, and when I say when I say I'm going with Kansas City because I dislike them, I don't dislike them.
You don't like the idea of them.
Yeah, not even that. Not even that. I wouldn't mind them going to the Super Bowl, especially if they were to play the Rams. Right? I think that'd be a great matchup.
They're the Golden State of the NFL. I'm just waiting on that drop off so Buffalo can jump up.
I know my pick says Kansas City. But again, like I said, I'm going opposite here.
The sidebar.
So my preferences, if I was to have preferences, because I don't want to say my pick is actually, because that's going to mess up my jinx. My preference here would be Cincinnati and the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Yes.
But I would not mind Kansas City being there. As long as San Fran does not make it, I'm okay.
That's fair. I respect that.
Facts.
All right, what do we got for our spreads? I posted them in the channel earlier if you want to grab them. Obviously, we only got our 2 games this week.
So Shane Sharp picks of the week. We got, of course, only 2 picks. Rams and San Fran. Rams are minus 3.5, and the over/under being 46.5.
That's a tough one. That's a really tough one.
God damn.
You know, I'm actually gonna go. I'm debating on going with the plus here. I still think the Rams are gonna win. But I think San Fran could keep it within the 4 points at least.
I mean, yeah, you got to think. I mean, there's really only been, now I could be mistaken, but there's only been one really blowout win, like in these playoffs, and that was the Chiefs-Steelers game, right?
Yep.
All of them's been pretty close.
Well, no, wild card actually had a lot of blowouts because Philly and Tampa was a blowout.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Buffalo, New England was a fucking smash fest.
I loved it.
Wild card had a lot. It was just divisional round that was all stupidly close. Every game came down to the final few seconds, which is insane.
The final play.
Yeah, final play, which is insane. Wild card actually had a decent amount of blowouts though.
I'm taking the plus and the over on this.
Okay. I know I'm gonna go with the over. Well, give me the under. I'm going under, and I'm gonna go with. Go ahead and give me the minus and under.
Tyler?
I zoned out. Which game we talking about?
Rams and 49ers.
Okay, so I'm going to go. Give me the over. And give me the plus.
Next up.
All right, we've got Kansas City and Cincinnati. Kansas City's currently sitting at -7. And then over-under is 54.5.
Give me minus and over. Feel good about that one.
Damn, that was quick.
Man, that was no thought at all.
I feel good about that one. I'm not going to lie.
I don't know. I could see this going both ways. As far as the over-under, because if Kansas City defense, if they're able to get to Burrow as often. Does anybody know if Matthews will be back from the concussion protocol?
Yeah, he probably will.
Okay, so having that secondary kind of there, it could cause some problems as far as Cincinnati's offense. But I'm gonna go minus. I'm gonna go minus over.
Damn, man, I'm not trying to be the same as you. Fuck.
Did you go minus under? Where did you go?
Minus over.
Damn.
Minus over. Oh, man. Because I see this game either really close or a blowout. And I've just been flip-flopping.
I can see it both ways. I can see it really close if Cincinnati's able to keep the ball moving with that pressure. But if the pressure is able to get to Joe Burrow and he makes mistakes as far as interceptions or drops or fumbles, then that's when it's going to get ugly.
True.
So my insider told me to go minus and over, so I'm going to go minus and over.
Who the fuck is your insider?
The one that's making money off picks and spreads.
Okay, fair enough.
Fuck Florida State himself, Casey Dylan Gaines.
Okay. All right.
So he said minus over.
Well, we all three got minus and over, so we're all debating. We're going to put all this on Casey this week.
Yep. It's all riding on him.
So, yeah, let's make it happen. There was something I was going to say. Let me unlock my phone to see what it was.
Okay.
There it is. There it is. Boston fan, right? Basketball?
Yeah, Celtics.
Sacramento getting blown the fuck out right now, Bo.
Oh, what's the score?
63-30 at halftime.
Who?
Boston. Boston, Sacramento. 63-30.
Oh, okay.
So when you listen to this
I always
on
forget
Thursday,
you're a fucking Sacramento fan.
it's challenging. It's challenging.
I imagine it is.
Right now we're in a pickle trying to decide if we want to get rid of Halliburton and Fox for Sabonis or Ben Simmons.
Right.
At this point, I'm at the fuck it stage. Like I said at the beginning of this season of this podcast, Sacramento is at the fuck it stage, and they're still at the fuck it stage. I don't understand. Just blow the shit up. I don't care. Trade fucking everybody. Rebuild this motherfucker from the ground up. I don't care. It's been 16 years
of pain.
Playoffs. Yeah, fuck it. Blow it up.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if Fox is your best player. I don't care if he loves Sacramento. Get rid of everybody. You didn't draft. What pisses me off about Sacramento, you did not draft Luka Doncic because you did not want another ball handler or another point guard with De'Aaron Fox. And you back that up 2 straight years with 2 point guards. They play defense, but I'm trying to find the logic there. Do you understand the logic?
I don't.
You're just really salty you don't have
actually,
Luka.
in a way I do. Because he thought, okay, maybe I fucked up with Luka, so maybe I can get these 2 extra ball carriers and maybe they can turn out pretty well. But, I mean, obviously.
He didn't like Luka's dad. This is Vlade Divac, obviously. He did not like Luka's dad. That was his reasoning behind not drafting Luka.
Yeah. Which, honestly, for Luka, I'm glad he didn't go to Sacramento.
Dude.
The waste of his time.
Yeah.
Javad would have loved it. I would have loved it. But at the same time, I was scared of Bagley because I love Chris Bosh, one of my favorite guys, favorite players of all time.
Shout out to Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh.
Beast.
Get healthy.
Beast mode.
But when I heard them comparisons, I was like, fuck, it's a Duke player. It does not translate as good as people think it did. Because Justice Winslow was one of my favorite players in Duke. What's he doing?
He had some spurts.
He's somewhere. He might be in Memphis. He might not be. He was.
Memphis has got a pretty good team.
Yeah, they got Ja Morant.
They're damn good.
Yeah.
Which the discussion right now is who's better, Ja Morant or De'Aaron Fox? And people's like
Ja Morant.
People's like if you put Fox on a different team, he will get more spotlight. You know what I mean? Like
true.
Like if you put Ja Morant on Sacramento, no.
I don't know. Ja Morant's a different kind of beast, dude.
I don't know.
This man grabbed a block from the top of the backboard.
Hey, here's the thing though. If he gets injured,
Memphis ain't shit.
If he gets injured, he's not up there, you know?
True.
Like Fox gets injured, he can rely on something else. Like he's not relying specifically on his
explosiveness. Yeah.
18 and 30 for Sacramento.
It's not really a roller coaster because there's no ups being a Sacramento fan.
Right.
I'm trying to what's like a level and then it's just down like there's
he's a submarine, dude.
Grand Canyon in it. Okay, you got a little bit of a good little lead up. I think we started like 2-0, and then downhill from there.
At least you're not an Orlando fan.
You know who's an Orlando fan? Casey Gaines. I remember that from high school because he's all Atlanta Braves, Tampa Bay Bucs, Florida State.
Sucks.
And then it's fuck Florida State, not Florida State sucks.
It's both.
And then I was thinking Hawks because I'm like, maybe it'll go with the Atlanta connection. But
see that doesn't really make sense, right? Most of his teams are all Florida based, which is understandable.
Except Atlanta.
But then the Braves. So bandwagon on the Braves, or is he bandwagon on other ones?
Were the Braves good in the early 2000s?
I believe so.
Don't fucking ask me. You know I hate baseball.
I believe so.
And for the record, I would consider Orlando like my second favorite team. That's
basketball.
Yeah,
I love their uniforms and stuff.
It's just because I absolutely adore that city so much.
Yeah,
I love it So anything involving Orlando, I'm going to naturally support, which is why I'm a UCF fan as well. Not like a diehard, like I consider UCF like one of my top 5 colleges that I like to follow. But just because I love the city, I absolutely love it.
I feel that.
I adore it.
Because my Buffalo connection goes to the Sabres, even though they're the Sacramento Kings.
Hey, but at least the LA Kings aren't doing too bad. They're 3rd in their division right now.
Doing pretty solid.
Yeah,
I mean, look, because San Jose is in the same division.
And it's Vegas. Vegas is to the top in that division, I think, right now. And then I think it might be San Jose and then Kings.
Which, honestly, I was sitting there thinking, I can't really talk about regions.
Vegas Ducks.
Oh,
Kings,
yeah, Anaheim, yeah.
Flames. God, dog. Seattle is dokey, man.
Yeah, they're 13-24.
They did not get the Vegas draft, man.
No.
Like they got all the dog shit people.
Yeah.
Florida's doing pretty good.
I'm shocked at how good Florida's doing. I'll be real. I follow hockey very
Florida
loosely.
and Tampa.
Yeah, both of them. But like, I'm shocked at how good Florida is right now. And I don't follow hockey that much, so maybe I shouldn't be. I don't know. But I feel like it's really random for them to be very good.
Hey, Montreal, though, is the worst team.
Yep.
Did they
8-26?
Am I tripping, or did they not play in the Stanley Cup last year?
No, I don't think so. That was Tampa and someone.
Oh. Maybe I picked them to go to the Stanley Cup. But they're
I know they were in it maybe within the last 5 years or so.
Yeah, because they came out of nowhere. Let's look this up, because I like to talk about random sports. So, NHL playoffs. Let's see.
In other news, what are you guys gonna have for dinner? Is it too late for dinner? How you feeling?
No, it's not too late. I'm still sticking to my diet, dude. I'm going my protein bowl.
How's that going for you?
Good. I haven't checked my weight, but I feel better than I was the last 2 months. I've been eating crappy food.
Right on.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't weighed myself in a solid looking down and seeing my stomach. So for that reason, I have no idea how much I weigh. I'm pretty positive I might be more than you.
Okay.
Because the last time you told me how much you weighed, was the last time I weighed myself, which was like 4 months ago, and
right. You were teetering.
I was there. I don't know if it was because I just ate or if I had my shoes on, but I was I'm closer towards my high than I am towards my average.
Okay, I follow.
Yeah,
okay.
Since I've been eating like crap the last 2-3 months,
they were in the Stanley Cup.
Put on about 10 pounds. I'm sitting like 186 right now.
That's the Caps, right? Montreal Caps.
Yeah,
they were in the Stanley Cup
last year.
They were indeed. They were.
Oh fuck, my bad. Well, I don't know enough hockey. All right, don't blame me. It's a terrible show. What the fuck do you expect? Speaking of terrible show, we should probably wrap this up, boys. We're about to be at an hour 40.
Hour 40?
Yeah, we're about to hit
an hour and 40. I thought you meant hour 40. I'm like, God damn, 40 hours? Hold up. Okay, so quick thing. Jesse Pagula, the owners of the Buffalo Bills owner and the Sabres owner, daughter, played the #1 seed in tennis and got her ass destroyed 6-2, 6-0. Ash Barty said, let's go quarters or semis. I can't remember where they're at.
Oh, no.
They're a couple days away from the championship.
I did see random fact real quick.
Fun fact.
Cooper Kupp's wife ran track at University of Arkansas.
Saw that.
You said what?
Cooper Kupp's wife ran track at University of Arkansas.
Yeah, Damn. She was at Arkansas for 2 years, and then she went out to Washington.
East Washington.
Yep. East
Damn.
Washington.
Yep.
Fun factoids.
Yep.
May have to end the show with that.
It's a good fun fact.
Yep.
It's
interesting.
I'm gonna come back next week with a funner fact.
Bet.
Okay, bet.
That has to do something with not Arkansas.
Okay, fair enough. Boys, last thoughts.
I'll be here next week.
My neck hurts.
All right, that's a couple of riveting last thoughts.
Fuck all the Final Four teams.
All right, shit. Okay, getting into it now.
Mine's just fuck the Niners.
I'm just ready for college football.
Got a long way
Only
to go.
215 more days, dude.
Hash brown draft. That's what I'm ready for.
Okay.
Hash brown scouting. Hash brown.
Hash brown.
God,
man.
Well, hopefully you made it all the way to the end. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Longer one today, but that's all right. Well, it's a little bit longer than kind of normal. It's about almost average.
We're here. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. So, and like I said before, we've got something cooking. We got something in the works, and it'll probably be released on Monday, I think.
Yeah.
I think Monday is when I'm going to release. So pay attention to the YouTube channel on Monday. I'll put a video up.
If you don't, just listen next week.
Yeah,
and we'll bombard you with about 45 minutes of just asking you how stupid you are for not looking it up.
Exactly. But
or praising you for looking it up. Either way.
Either one, right?
It happens.
With that said, thank you so much for listening to
A Terrible Football Show. Have a good one.
Bang, bang, chicken slang.